Right in front
near
of him?
Baron, yeah.
Fair enough. That seems like a good plan.
I'm gonna
I
run
love
away.
role-playing. You guys.
20, unnatural.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that hits.
Baron is grumbling internally.
And a 9.
Doesn't do it.
9 damage.
Yep.
Oh.
At the back of his mind, he's
I pat him on the
cursing, but
back.
he just nods at Ira and still, holds his sword still.
Do you guys want to stand your ground now that there's no enemies immediately in your space, or do you want to retreat?
no.
You're standing.
Hell no. I'm like, back it up. I'm just kind of like, back it up.
How far back did you want to
I'm
move?
gonna.
It's about 30 feet to where Cat was. Sorry, move that. And then we'll say Zach's character was about 15 feet away from there, so not too much further. NPCs and Avars probably another 30 feet behind them for that distance that they were trying to build up.
I think back about 15 feet, so just so we're close enough that we can get some support, but not close enough that they're really in a lot of danger.
So you want to be in between Ira and Cat?
Yeah.
Or further back?
I'm going for the bow now. We're going for the bow. We're going to go for what my character is actually good at.
Julio. And Ira, were you standing your ground?
Hold on.
Holding.
Old.
I need to move
Old brothers.
real quick. So, but,
Old.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, you have 30 feet to move still.
Okay. I'm gonna maybe try to. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in front of Baron, but still like move back, like maybe try to get behind like a few trees so that.
Not a
Or
lot
is
of
it this
trees in
field,
this
or
area
is-
to like get behind.
Oh, okay.
It would, if there's one nearby, I think it would add like the minimal is like a +2 to high or to like AC, I believe. So if you wanted to do that, you could, but that would leave Baron a little bit more out in the open.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
just
so
wondering
then-
how
Right
they're-
now, they can only
That's
see
fine.
you, and they know where Baron went in the fog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just gonna move back a little bit, but I'm definitely gonna stay in front of Baron. Or
Okay,
like
maybe
above
like
the side so he
a
doesn't shoot
10-foot
me.
step just outside their range of vision.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys say anything to your party members after this, or did we want to move to them?
I'm like I'm telling what's going on. 4 coming.
Okay.
How was your AC?
Are
so
you
high?
asking for help?
No, I'm just saying it.
All right.
Just barking out numbers. That's good calls. I like.
Just informing them. I'm not asking. No
Real
one,
quick, because I have to leave in a hot second. I'll be back. I'm gonna message Baron. What's like the cantrip message? Kind of like whisper through a flute. It's gonna magically flow to you.
What's going on?
How's it going up there? Basically, you
Fair
can
enough.
respond if you want.
I hope you
Can't
get
see
a
how much
wooden.
I'm bleeding, but
I hope you get a prop wooden flute
Oh,
I
God.
should do that. I
just to
really
fuck
should.
around. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll message someone what my plan to do from there is.
Okay.
I'll be back in a bit though. See ya.
Echo mode. Kat, what are you doing? You see Baron and Ira have stepped into your view pretty clearly. Baron's like right in front of you, looking pretty torn up.
That's not good. 1 second.
You a reply to a message?
I'm sorry, did you send me one?
Okay. No, the spell message. They can reply.
Oh.
Yeah, you can reply.
Yeah, you can reply.
I don't know what I
Um,
want.
We'll assume
do-
that you can just still continue to say it, and then Izzy will relay that to you guys.
I don't know where else to put this. I'm just gonna post my character sheet in the party characters folder,
No worries. Yeah, if you'd like.
just because that way then someone can tell me if I did something wrong, or everyone kind of knows what's going on.
Cool.
I'm going to try to convince him to stay back and see what I can do to fix him up a bit.
Are you gonna do something to fix him up a bit, or are you just telling him to like hang out while you think about fixing him up?
Yes, the second option. Because that's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay. Baron, you just were told to hang on there, buddy. You're almost dying.
I'll
Well, I'm gonna
get
be-
to you in a second.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. Baron gets it.
That takes us to Zach then. You can just see Baron crawling through the frog thematically, of course, towards you, looking pretty fucking beat up.
Well, I am not a healer, so
You've been hearing all of his barks, how many there are, kind of what's going on. You've been hearing it.
Bork.
Still standing ground, or
yeah.
okay. Avars, you sticking back with Izzy and the NPC still?
Have I heard
You
any
can relay
updates?
Information,
Okay, so I'm situationally
Yeah.
aware.
especially with the message. Yeah, like sorry, Baron has told Izzy, Izzy's told you, plus everything you've heard, so you know the situation.
I will look at my family, tell them to hold tight, and that I'll be right back. And I will pop around, and I will run up towards where Cat is, like just behind Cat.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay.
Bow drawn, ready to roll.
You guys hear the crack of a whip and the shrieks of women in the fog as these four figures move forward through the fog towards you. They're gonna take 4 shots on Ira because they're the first one that they see in this lineup that you've made in the fog. Goodness, goodness. 1's gonna miss. 2's gonna miss. 3's gonna hit. 4's gonna hit. 8 damage.
That's a lot.
That is
Yeah, I'm at a -1, my guy.
You guys hear Ira take these blows and fall. You're at -1. We'll start counting down to 10, -1 each turn. When you hit -10, like we said, you die. Everybody knows that you're down, though, so
Okay.
don't let them die.
Please.
Baron, you just saw Ira drop in front of you.
Is can I change weapons then fire or no?
Sure,
No. Okay.
I'm fine with it.
Oh, again, I switch to my bow and I'm firing at 1.
Okay.
And obviously, just in case no one heard, I'm yelling ears down, calling out the shots, and then I'm gonna shoot one. I'm gonna go for 1. Okay, dice. I get it. I don't use you enough. But come on, Daddy needs a hit. Oh, I'm not Daddy.
They're being petty. The dice are being petty tonight.
No
I
petty
don't
dice,
wanna roll.
please.
Okay,
Please.
okay, red dice. Let's
Oh,
go.
come on.
That is 20.
Oh, natural?
No, 18 plus 2.
Hey, that's still gonna hit, bud. Go
That's a hit.
roll some fucking damage.
1d8 plus 2. That's 4 damage.
Hell yeah. Do you
This
stay
is what
still?
Baron does.
Do you crawl backwards? You're the next one that is not downed in this conga
No,
line
I'm
of
not. I want to
sadness.
keep my eyes on Ira. I'm trying to keep my eyes on
Okay.
Ira because I can, you know. Again, Baron hates himself for it, but he's like, I can't, you know. The soldier part is strong. Stick with your comrades.
Hat, you've seen Baron crawling backwards through the fog. You see Ira drop. What are you doing?
I'm learning as I'm going, okay? I'm a little figuring it out.
No worries.
Reading very quickly. Just little things. Okay, so what are their levels of hit points? What's going on?
Who are
negative
who are
one.
you? Yeah, negative
Okay.
1. I think Baron is like
I'm at 5.
a hit away. Yeah, maybe 2 hits
Okay.
away.
So I'm gonna go to. I'm slowly learning spells as I'm supposed to have known them. I'm gonna go to Ira.
Are you going up to Ira?
Yes, because it's a touch spell.
Okay, so you're in between Ira and Baron.
Correct. And I'm gonna touch Ira and use Spare the Dying. Which
Okay, what's
will
that spell read?
stabilize her. Pretty much. If a living creature has 0 or I guess less hit points, the creature becomes stable. So that means they can't like continue to die.
So they come back to 1 hit points, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Like, there's usually like a click for like the word stabilize, and it gives you a little rundown. So I wasn't sure if that was there. But
It
yeah,
doesn't though.
Ira's
It
back at
doesn't have a
1.
click.
If you wanted to use some sort of healing spell from last turn on Baron, if you've now read through a little bit further, I would allow you to use a healing spell on Baron if you wanted.
Okay, there's a lot of them. Alright.
If not, no worries. Usually it's like healing word or healing hands or something like that.
Yes,
If not,
I'm just trying to
you
see
can
which one works the best. I only have so many spells. All right, give me a
Right.
second. Why don't we do Cure Wounds?
That sounds like a good one.
I just found my
And
player's handbook in my desk.
and it is 1d8 plus spellcasting ability mod. Which one's the 8? That one's the
Wisdom.
8.
Plus your wisdom mod,
Okay.
which hopefully is your highest ability.
It is. Give me a second.
Mate, is that a 5e book on your desk?
That's not.
Yeah. I bought it way
Two.
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Juggers and I tried something like a couple of years, like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Okay, that is add 5 hit points to what he has.
Oh baby.
Okay, that'll help. Cool beans.
I should have brought
Yes.
it up at Shokakursai.
So
I totally
we'll
forgot I had it.
read that as you did that last round, since you were still reading through. So no
Beautiful.
worries. Did you want to stand your ground, or did so that was like the 15 feet up? Did you want to move 15 feet back, or did you want to stay up there in front of Baron?
I'll stay there.
Okay. Next up is, I think, Zach. Zach, what are you doing? Seeing all this going on in front of you, knowing the situation.
I'm gonna strongly suggest everyone start moving back and getting out of this situation, because it's clear that we already have one down person and none of us have the hit points to take what's happening right now. So,
I don't think we
yeah,
ever
I mean,
will.
well, more reason to be not fighting 4 people. So yeah, I'm going to suggest that maybe we start moving backwards and pushing the NPCs kind of back more.
Are you gonna do that with the NPCs? We can say that you and like Izzy are now in like NPC guardians if you want to do that.
Yes.
Okay. I'll scoot you back by them. Avars.
Do I have visual on any of them?
You have visual on your allies, but the enemies are just outside of your vision. They came in just enough, it seems, to see Ira.
Okay.
Well, you can move up to Ira also, who's now stabilized.
And we took down a couple of theirs, right?
2 of them so far, and then one's looking pretty fucked up.
I'm gonna yell out, "Let's talk."
Roll persuasion.
In the middle of battle.
Yeah.
You already
Yeah.
killed
I mean, hey,
people.
I mean,
We're gonna do
It's a
people.
standoff. If they don't
Yeah.
like,
It's worth a
Roll it
shot.
with disadvantage.
oh,
Since we're in a
fuck
fight.
you! I rolled an 18 that first one.
Hey,
18 and 11. All right. 17.
17's still pretty good.
Still pretty good.
What are you saying?
Just that. Let's talk.
Just like let's
Stop.
talk.
Like, let's talk. I'll put my shit down. Let's talk for a second.
All right. So we're
I'll
back
throw
to
the accent on if you need me to.
Let me do this really fast just to make sure. All right. They're going to call out for their boss. Because they're not talkers.
Okay.
But they're you don't see any of them move forward. You just hear them kind of call out for the boss.
All right. I'll whisper, but like kind of loudly.
Yeah, Baron.
Baron, you are up, right behind Kat, who's right behind Ira. Are you continuing to move backwards or what? Baron? Oh, you're mute. You're talking.
Sir?
Ira, what you doing?
Yeah, I'm moving back. Or slinking back or something.
Shuffling.
So
Crap.
it's going to be 50. Or like half your movement up and then half your movement back. So
Okay.
you'll get.
Sounds good.
You can now see Avars clearly in the.
I'll scoot up too.
On your last turn.
Yeah. I'll scoot up to like right where they were. So like I'm next to Kat.
Okay. Okay. Next up is Kat. Were you sticking up there, or did you want to back out the fog?
I'm gonna stay with the people who are injured. So keeping up with them.
Okay. We'll say that you, Baron, and Ira are all moving back then. Right? So we'll say Baron's moving
Yeah.
back because he was looking pretty hecked up. And then, did you want to move back a little bit, or did you want to stay up front with Avars then? Because they're
I'm
moving
not
back
far enough that I
also.
can't support.
No, I'm gonna move back with them. Sorry, but injured people take precedent.
And I'm sorry, what was that,
It's fine.
Baron?
I'm still close enough to support. But I'm
You're up front. You're up the front still.
Like, I'm behind Kat still.
Okay.
Like, I didn't move behind her, but like I'm still staying up there in case they need me.
Okay, so you're not retreating after that heals.
No,
Coolio.
no, absolutely not.
All right. Zach, what are you doing?
I mean, if there's no one, well, there isn't anyone in front of me, so
Yeah, you're just sticking with the NPCs after hearing this, still, right?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Avars, you see these 4 people in the fog in front of you. They have their bows drawn on you. What are you doing?
I mean, I still have
Like a
mine. I'll just,
situation.
point back and forth between all 4 of them. Tell them like, let's just talk.
Persuasion again, this time without disadvantage.
Can I help?
Oh, fuck
Like,
yeah.
my character has... I have intimidation.
25.
25, gonna do it. They don't put down their bows,
I'll give you a dice cam if you don't trust me.
but no, you're good. I trust you. They don't put down their bows, but they don't move in at all on you. It looks like they're standing their ground, just waiting for their boss that they called over.
I got all the time in the world.
Is the bow being put? Is like your weapon being put down, or are you just still
Not till they
darting
ask about it.
I mean, they're probably not like gonna put theirs down if yours is up. So
That's fine.
that in
But
mind.
until they ask me to put it down, I'm keeping it up.
You hear a little bit of grumbling in the fog while they're kind of holding their bows up towards you. You know, little bit of thunder can be heard off in the distance through the fog. Just a little
Ahead of
little
us?
echo of what? One more time.
Ahead of us, or like just around?
If we're looking at like my stream, how it's set up, if
Yep.
north is north and south is south, we'll say to the east. It's just like a little bit of thunder off in the fog that you can hear.
Okay. Real quick side note. Is there like acid rain or something crazy about like random rain or weather events post-apocalypse?
So,
Some ideas.
like,
I mean, he's probably got ideas already. I'd
in
like
your
to.
experience, usually it's like a very specific cloud that you would see and
Yeah.
be knowledgeable of tracking. Like before this fog happened, it didn't seem like
A thunder
was
that
one of
sounds like
those.
whales.
There
Like
wasn't
cries
like
and
a
wails.
black
Yeah.
cloud that pours red or anything. Like it wasn't like
Cool.
the toxic rain or anything
Gotcha.
that you've seen in the past.
Everything's not in like a weird yellow filter.
Right, it's just the
Cool.
normal red one.
Okay, cool. I'll like still have my bow in my hand, but I'll
Mhm.
like untaut my string, so it's not pulled
Okay.
back, but it's still like notched and in the bow.
Okay. Cat, Era, Baron. I guess Baron, if you're standing your ground. Are you standing your ground or?
My bow is still... I'm kind of the same. My bow is in hand. One of my
But
arrows is still in hand. But, like,
Unnocked.
I'm following Avar's kind of cute.
Okay, bow in hand, arrow in hand, just unknocked style.
Yes. Well knocked, but not drawn.
Okay. Cat, Era, you're still scooting back, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but I have my shield out just in case.
Nice, smart. So that adds to your AC.
Yep.
Zach, NPCs, Izzy, you guys all hear what seems to be a little bit of a chillness in this fight. But I'm assuming you're keeping your distance.
Mhm.
Through the fog steps a large man, pretty grisly. He's got like the classic leather vest on with like animal pelts, but like no undershirt. He's pretty rough looking. He says, "Who are you?"
Ooh, Evan's doing an accent.
Listen, I'm not saying it's gonna stick around.
No, it should. It should.
As he says that, you hear another
He's talking to
like
me,
that
right?
thunder kind of yeah, he's talking like you and Baron, I would assume, since you're the ones that he can see. As he says that, you can hear that thunder kind of keep rolling. It's getting a little bit louder. You being at the front, Avars.
Just more knowledge of like where the fuck we are. How far away are we from like the nearest known town?
Nearest known town, like 2 days. Where you were headed, kind
Fuck.
of, in whatever direction you were. It's about 2 days out. It's a place that you heard about that had clean water, food, some people, a place to stop along the way to wherever you were headed.
Has homeboy walked up to the front?
He's like at the same distance here. I'll put in a little
Main homeboy,
for those.
number 5.
B.
B.
So we'll say the boss stepped out.
Listen, there's been a bit of a misunderstanding here, yeah? Let us talk this through. We meant to be on our way, but you understand these are trying times. Can never be too careful. Sometimes words are not said and mistakes are made. Do you understand me? I'll speak in French.
For the record, we also speak French.
We'll
Baron
assume like
knows
the
French.
common, whatever dialect it is, broken.
I got 5 languages, you tell me.
Yeah. He speaks French.
Cool, I'm
So,
speaking in
like,
French
he-
now. I
right.
started speaking in
heard
English,
the-
noticed he wasn't picking up on it. I'll speak in French.
Okay, like you heard the others yelling out to each other in French, so I would assume
Okay.
you're also speaking in French.
We just
That's
actually
fine.
do it in
Languages.
French.
Nope.
In French.
Sure can't.
What is your charisma?
15.
All right. All right. He's not very happy. He kind of looks down at his fallen guards, the people that were with him. Kind of looks back up to you and says, "There's a life debt to be paid."
What about ours?
Listen. As with ours, mistakes are made. You know life is cheap. This is not the same as 10 years ago anymore. We're in a different place.
The thunder that rolls, it's unnerving and continuous.
Listen, do you want to be out here discussing this shit in the rain? Or can we not be brothers for a night? I understand your people have died. My people have died. I've lost everything. Let us be better than most have been since 10 years ago.
Out from the fog, you see horses clad in armor to the east.
Fucking A.
God damn it.
The stomps, the footsteps of the gallops of the horses fucking echoes through this fog.
Are
now
these
that it's
yours?
Almost surrounding you. 3 of them fucking dash through, kind of behind through, and then kind of behind where Kat and Ira are, in between like Zach and the NPCs.
Are they ghostly?
They're not ghostly.
Okay.
They are
They're very physical.
bearing the symbols of. Let me pull it up. Just to make sure I have the right name for it.
Quick TPK.
They are crusaders.
Yeah.
Templars or Teutonic Knights or which ones?
Yeah, what are we
Crusader-ass
talking?
Crusaders.
Well, because like you have the red cross of the Templars, then you have the black one of the Teutonic Knights, but that's more like that's farther east. Generally speaking.
These are Templars.
Cool.
Very well. Fucking accountants coming out of nowhere. My dude's like class gamer, so.
They fucking they scatter. They back up like crazy through the fog, like actively panicked.
The French dudes?
Yeah, the dudes that were just attacking you. Seeing these fucking horses whip past them, they back up. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna bolt to my family.
I'm gonna kind of like curse and just be like, stay where you are. Right, stay where you are. Shouldn't hurt us.
Baron staying still?
Yeah, my hands are kind of out. Like now, I'm definitely unknocked. I see these like they're armored. I'm assuming, right? That they're heavy armored.
Oh yeah.
So I see their heavy armor. I recognize
Like
the
clean
symbol.
too. Something that you really haven't seen in the wastes in a long time. Like this is like polished armor.
So Baron, I'm reaching into my pocket. You know, I have the sash out, but I also I'm trying to pull out my military insignia just so I have it on hand. I'm like, just stay where you are. You know, don't panic. Let him run.
Kat and Ira, Are you continuing to move back by the NPCs and family like Avars did?
Yeah.
Yes, but
Um,
not all the way. I'm kind of keeping my eye on everything.
okay, so like in distance to see Baron.
Yeah, that's fine.
Correct.
Okay. Zach and Izzy, when you guys being back with the NPCs, you actually saw another Crusader fucking whip behind you guys. Did you guys want to just kind of keep huddled with them, seeing everybody come near you?
Yeah. Can you hold spells? Is that a thing in 5e or no?
Sure can be.
Okay. Then I'm gonna stick my hand in my pocket and kind of ready a spell if things should go south.
Okay. Let's take a quick break really fast if y'all don't mind. Is that okay?
I'm about
Mhm.
Yep.
Cool beans.
Brigitte, how is your armor class where it is?
With Barbarian, I get
You're a barbarian. I thought you were a rogue for some reason because you were like, I want to be like
no.
assassin.
I think maybe later, right?
Yeah.
Or like
Uh-huh.
starting as, yeah.
Get that evasion. Get that extra cunning action.
I
Honestly,
wasn't
the
sure.
reckless attack, sneak attack is real fucking cool.
Oh, it's gross.
I don't know because I was just like, I'm like, okay, so we don't get our armor, right? And I was like, oh man,
Expertise
all
in
right.
like acrobatics, athletics. Fuck yeah.
Just basically a barbarian who can also backflip.
Yeah.
Basically.
Thief, acrobat,
Exactly.
barbarian. Like fuck yeah,
Yep.
dude. Let's go.
It's like, look, it's a barbarian because of the big axe and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah,
I
Frick,
climb
you're
up
just gonna
buildings so
swing and
I can hit you with the earth. Just gets
Skills
to like
Exactly.
I shoot an arrow at Ira. They turn their axe to deflect the arrow into the next guy to shoot around corners.
there you go.
That's how agile Ira is. It's like ready. I'm
Yeah.
ready. Are you sure? I'm ready. Pew pew. Pings off the
I
axe.
run up a tree.
I
I run
have
up a tree.
John Wick
Hit a
style.
guy. Done. Run up another tree. Hit a guy. Done.
there you go. I haven't
That's the
seen very
plan.
many monk barbarian builds.
That'd be dope.
Ooh.
That's one I haven't seen yet.
I mean,
That could be really cool.
mythically, that sounds very.
It sounds on par, right? Like,
Yeah.
Plus, depending on how rare resources are here, like if we legit can't find non-rusted weapons, I mean, having fist number 1 and fist number 2 is always a great backup.
Yeah, multiple attacks is usually pretty good.
Plus, like, you still get a lot of the fun things rogues do. Plus, like, key, stunning strike, flurry of blows. Oh, I want to take 4 attacks this turn. Oh yeah.
Because I feel like
Um,
I missed this. Where exactly did we just come from? And approximately how long have we all been together?
Yes.
Yeah. Mostly, I was hoping that we'd get some of that nailed out earlier when I put the message in the visuals chat.
Yeah.
But it being what it was, and us starting today,
A little early, yeah.
we're starting here in France, headed to a town 2 days away.
We'll fill it in.
Yeah.
Ask Abars about it. He'll recap the
Right.
whole thing for you.
Once we get a little bit of not encountery, situational, whatever time, and time to talk on the road, we can figure it out.
Gross, you're gonna give us time to talk?
Uh,
All
and end of session style time to talk.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
after we deal with a situation, where are we going? What are we doing? How we feeling? Kind of thing. You know.
Half of us are
So
dead.
no in-character conversation. I see how you play it.
I mean, do you guys want to have an in-character conversation during this? Some of you.
I mean, during
have
this,
been talking.
probably not quite ideal, but yes.
I mean,
you can talk to
depending,
Avars
yeah.
anytime you want.
Right.
Hey, how did you think of the fish last night?
These are the
They're a much better fish from where.
questions that
where
are
my
that are really
family
going
is
to build
from.
character. I see.
Much better fish.
Ah,
You know, my wife, she makes a very, very good herring.
hey, remember the smell of fresh bread?
Oh my god, I love the breads.
Ah,
This is France.
apocalypse
This is obviously
conversation.
still fresh bread. It's a priority
Oh, I
among
miss,
the
I
French.
miss the
Not
breads.
in the apocalypse, baby.
You know, I heard you
Um,
can make breads from the bones of your enemies.
That is true. How much
sounds
bone
very
meal can
unhygienic.
you use before it becomes
It's
unedible
baked.
bread?
Of course, it's hygienic.
It sure is. Bleach those bones.
Bleach, please.
Always washing it.
Unbleached flour, thank you.
Unbleached. Yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah. How much flour do you think you have, man? You can't grow shit in this climate.
let's see who's here.
That's
Evan,
why you're using
I
bones in it.
was so struggling to focus at the very beginning because I was writing down spells, and I'm still writing down spells.
No
And-
worries.
Literally, I was sitting there and it says detect poison and disease, and all I could
Those are
do was
good.
detect poisson.
Detect fish.
I'm just giggling the
Right.
whole time.
I'm hungry for some fish. What we got? Oi, cat, come here. Anything in the pond? God damn it!
And I was like, this is great. And I'm texting one of my D&D friends who's French, and I was like, I cannot see it any other way now. It's forever ingrained as detect fish and disease.
Funny enough, I also came with a very similar of knowledge of my spells and whatnot.
Yeah, he didn't fill out his character, his most recent character, till like 4 sessions later. So don't worry about it.
You can.
Well, my
you're-
goal
you'll-
was
you'll be surprised how
tonight.
far we
I
can
was
get.
meeting with a friend to go over my spells,
Right.
but that didn't happen. So
Things got pushed forward.
Yeah, I
And they
mean,
do.
as long as you got an idea of like
Right.
what your
I mean,
character is, just roll with it.
It's engaging,
yeah, but
hopefully, right? You're doing the D&D
I-
things.
Yeah. Figure it out as
I
you
still
go.
don't understand the full mechanics of it though. So like I'm having to research far beyond just what spells are, but also like what
Oh,
can
yeah.
I do?
Yeah.
Some of them have changed dramatically between
Oh, also
versions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's
whatever you
another
read, for the
question,
most
too.
part, we'll find it.
A
at
lot's the
erratic
same,
version.
luckily.
Yeah.
are we only using the player's handbook, or can we go a little off script?
Lucky for you, there's only like 4 or 5 books that are relevant,
Yeah. Like, you can use whatever.
not 40 or 50.
Not a flying PC at first level, not a mystic, or like my two
But
big
those
things
still
that are
aren't.
like,
I don't think
those
those
are
are
fucking lame.
those aren't
I'm-
legit
I-
still.
Ironically, the person
Aarakocra
I'm named after
is
in
a
real
thing.
life
No,
was considered mystical.
Aarakocra are,
so
but they're
it's
great.
Fuck that level and fly. Super
No.
lame.
No,
And then
dude,
Mystic,
adapt.
I'm pretty sure they did release, and
Adapt,
it's still
baby.
fucking stupid.
don't
Okay,
think
I have
they
another
did.
dumb question, and I'm looking way far ahead here.
Mhm.
But are we doing like Paragon paths and stuff too? Because I'm looking back through this again. I have the book in front of me. It's been a while since I looked at this, and it's like Paragon paths, like Battlefield Archer, Storm Warden.
Is that part of a class?
Yeah, so like again, for example, like I'm looking at Ranger right now. So like all the classes here. There's also a Warlord class in this book. I'm not sure why it wasn't in the one you had online.
I don't
Might have gotten
think
a
you're
Reddit
looking at
out.
the same book, Mate.
I've got D&D Player's Handbook 5th edition, but it's an old again.
Really?
It's, do you remember, Jugite, when we did our
Yeah.
D&D thing?
Yeah.
That's the book I have. It has the Dragonborn on the. I'm just gonna find a picture of it.
Dragonborn on the
I'm
front.
wrong.
Yeah. That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
you're
Oh
wrong.
no, I think it's like
I think
a
it's
he's like wearing like a shaman thing almost.
Let me So not the one that you like. Mine's. Am I totally wrong? Like, do I have like 4.5 or something?
Turn your
Not the
camera
original
on.
player's handbook.
Turn
The
your camera
handbook
on.
This is
my
the
God.
beta
You know what?
version.
I'm just gonna pretend I
Show
didn't
us the
do
way.
anything and just pretend that I can actually read because I didn't read this. Never mind. I'm just gonna.
I would assume
I
if
was
it's like
full of shit
a
today.
warlord
I'm
class
basically-
at like level 3 or something that you
Nah.
choose.
If you're
No,
Ranger,
never mind.
Yeah.
Beastmaster, and there's like one other. Don't.
I have it
Don't-
up. There's beast. You pick a fighting style and stuff.
Yes.
Once
Yeah.
you get that later, you can get the archetype,
Path.
which is
Yeah.
hunter or beastmaster.
Right.
And here's the thing. Those have been altered dramatically since you've bought that book, so you should look up online what they're like now.
No, I pulled up. I have the because again today I'm just shit apparently and can't read anything, so I'm just gonna
No,
All
shut
good.
that one.
All good. All good.
Is
I guess
everybody
I get excited? Okay, I get excited.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're good.
Evan, I have a very quick question for
You
you.
should definitely dip in a fighter too.
Where in this thing, I don't know what they're called, which chat is very unrelated to D&D stuff allowed to be posted?
You
I
can do it in the
don't
old D&D channel if you want.
think there is one.
But
Yeah, 'cause this is all like pretty.
It's not like
Alright,
it's not like any of us aren't also in that one.
that's
Yeah.
true.
It's more to like separate visuals and not get everything mixed up or confused.
Cool. That makes a lot of sense. At first I was like, why are you
Enchantment
doing this? It
ability.
makes it more complicated, but now that makes
Cool. Is everybody back then?
What did I
Mhm.
miss?
Everyone
let's,
go to off-topic chat.
Nothing crazy.
Do you guys mind recapping, or do you want me to?
So Ira died pretty much, more or less.
Oh,
I almost died. And then while the French guys, we took a couple of them down. They were pushing
Cool.
forward. Ivers came up and decided to play diplomacy tactic, which was really fucking handy. And we got to speak to their leader for a short time, who wasn't very happy.
And then a
And
bunch
then
of
what
Crusaders
was
showed up.
Form turned into Crusaders. And I'm
And
like,
we are surrounded by cavalry.
it's like that scene in Two Towers
Sick.
where like Aragorn,
Yep.
Legolas, and Gimli
Yeah.
stand there, and all the guys have their spears.
In the fog.
Yep.
okay. Well. So wait, is Ira like properly like fully dead?
Ira's
Stabilized.
at 1 HP stabilized with a level
Okay.
of exhaustion for popping back up.
Okay.
Yetta's just doing her thing. Their
Probably
thing.
could have helped
also,
with that, but
First
whatever.
level of exhaustion. I mean, if so, Ira just got to you. If you want to do a thing since you've been out for a bit. Otherwise, you've been like definitely guarding the NPCs with Zach now.
Trying to think. At this point, I can only do so much.
Quick aside, Ira. Oh, Ira's not here. Okay, well, they have disadvantage on ability checks until they take a full rest.
Which is a week, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Going down sucks.
Let's try to avoid it next time, shall we?
Did you want to do a quick thing, or did you want to
Um,
pop back
There's
in?
nothing really, like for the situation we're in. There's nothing I can really do to help.
No
Unfortunately.
worries. Okay.
Cool.
I think we are just one person down. Do we know if Brigitte is going to come back, or?
They just
Did we
said that they were hoping to come back soon. They didn't give a time.
No worries. I wasn't sure if I had missed that before we get going.
I'm
We'll just
assuming
loop them
it's
back in.
probably her sister's back home after graduation.
No worries. We'll loop them back in. Currently, the situation is you guys are in the fog. The French bandits have retreated back into the fog as these cavalry fucking whipped through the fog and started to surround you. You hear the screams of those women kind of in the fog a little bit further away. as these crusaders kind of circle up around you and kind of start asking, "Who are you?" Avars.
We
go ahead.
we're merely refugees moving to the next village. I'm sure you've seen many like us.
You're not with them.
I'll kick one of the dead ones. No,
Do you know who they are?
never seen them in my life. And who are you?
We're the cavalry of our Lord Savior. They're bearing the symbols of the Pope and of the fucking Templars and all these these people.
That's all a
It's
big
just
enough deal that we would know about that pretty much immediately.
It's something that it was from before that you would know
Okay.
about, and it's something that has
A very large
Religion
institution.
right, and it seems strong enough to have pretty clean armor,
Military power.
power. Yeah.
Yeah.
They ask where you're headed.
Honestly,
Name of town. Interested if
honestly,
inserted
if you know of the closest town, we would like to head there. We're not from here, as you can maybe tell by my accent, but honestly, if you could show us where we should be going, it would be much appreciated.
Several of them are circled around you, while the one that's
I'll take a
talking
knee
to you.
as well.
Okay, cool. Everybody, all the people around you, except for that guy, stay still. He kind of rides his horse back and over. You hear kind of that sound of sword going into people, and you hear the scream.
Sound of sword going into people.
People.
like the guttural scream
That's
of,
one way to sheathe
of
your
these
sword.
dudes that you were fighting against.
Yep. Coup de grace, making sure they're down.
Shortly after, he comes back and says, town is this way. He kind of points you in the right direction. You can mark it on your map if you want. And they ride off. He kind of points over and says, are
Wait.
those women with you?
Who's he pointing to?
He points over to where the
Screams.
the female screams were coming from. At this point,
Are they dead?
no.
We can take them with us.
He nods his head and spurs the horse.
What's
as
your
they
name?
Ride off.
What is your
he-
name?
He does not say anything back.
Cool.
The thunderous roar of the hooves starts to deplete as they move away from you.
I'll look over to Zach and be like, I think we have more people accompanying us.
Yeah, it looks like so. I don't know where we need to go from here, but I don't know why we would pick up extra
Apparently
strangers.
that way. I do not want to leave them for dead.
All right,
Yeah.
but
I
rations are coming
assumed
from
they
you.
were dead, but I will figure it out.
Well, might as well
Um,
take a look.
You guys
Yeah, we'll
kinda
head
move
over.
towards.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
You
also
see
gonna.
the. What's up?
Go ahead.
I was gonna unashamedly go through the guy's pockets, the dead guys in front of us. I was gonna do a quick check of them.
Yeah, are they wearing
Absolutely.
armor?
They're wearing leather armor.
We'll take it.
I will 100% take it.
Okay.
As I pull out arrowheads, I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking. Never should have traded that mail.
Yeah, you can
One game
take
of dice.
their
You
armor.
screw.
On their packs, you get a couple rations, 2 rations each, that they were carrying. They didn't have any other valuables on them. Maybe a couple coins or dice for rolling.
How about the bag themselves? Are the bags decent?
Yeah, I mean they're like regular carrying bags. They're not too tattered or anything.
We'll take those 2.
Cool.
And we assume
Um,
that they were just looters that were hitting people on the road that were defenseless.
when you go through the bosses, or like the leader that you saw's kind of clothes, you find a little letter with kind of an outline from somebody named the sheep. Big black handprint, kind of stamping it, and it kind of outlines, get these people, bring them here, here's how much we'll pay for them. And it has like a little bit of a map on it.
We figure out who these people are referring to?
You haven't heard of any of these things before. This is like the first mention of the sheep or this group of bandits that you've kind of run into.
But
for the
the
most
people
part,
they're looking for is that who? Not us?
People
We
they're
can't.
delivering were the women's.
the people in the
women's
cage in front of you, the three
Got
women that are chained and inside of this cage wagon. They're kind of looking at you scared
Yeah.
because of everything that just went down.
I'll hop up to the cage. Locked door,
Okay.
I'm assuming.
You can find the key on the boss.
Okay.
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
try
follow.
to calm the people down.
Your people are theirs.
Like the women in
The
the
women.
cage.
Sure. What do you say?
It's alright. We're not them. We're not going to trap you. We just want to release you. We're just here to help.
They kind of dart over towards the door with their eyes. They're still kind of huddled up, fucking shaking. But they're kind of like waiting for like, right? What's the fucking? Are you sure? Like, yeah.
I'm gonna kind of like I'm gonna pull out a couple of the rations that we took from those guys and just kind of like hold them out straight up.
So you picked up 4 from those guys, and then there was another 2 on each of the remainers. So total there was 14 rations picked up from these bad boys.
Nice.
So if you want to distribute those, mark them. Rations, of course, are important.
You
It's
said
a
they're
day's worth of
shivering, like
food.
they're cold.
terrified.
Like they're
Freaked
terrified
out.
because they just like
Okay.
like the guys
Okay.
that were the baddies that got slaughtered by the Crusaders are like laying outside the cage on the wagon. Like they saw that happen right in front of them, also being dragged around the wasteland in a cage by these awful people. Comforting for them, so stacks of things going on.
And just ask if any of them are injured.
Do
You know, is
let
there
them
anything that they
out
need?
yet?
I'm assuming that's what the other people were doing. Was that not the plan?
Nobody calls 911. Everybody assumes they do.
Hey.
Marty, was your character opening the gate?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're out. You can definitely like fucking calm them down, pat them down.
Yeah, help them out.
As
the-
a woman to another woman, I'm just like comforting them, being like, "You're okay now."
They take solace in it.
Are there manacles or some way that they were chained to the cage?
They were chained inside the cage,
How?
so they had like handcuffs on, but not
Manacles.
manacles, or like foot cuffs, manacles, right?
Yeah. Handcuffs before those were handcuffs.
Yeah. They do not have anything on their ankles. They're just inside the cage with the
Things around their
handcuffs on.
hands,
Yeah.
wrists.
Is it
You
metal
also
or?
have the key to undo those if you like.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cool. So
Like-
there's
Are there any
3.
signs of-
How many sets of them are in the cage?
There's 1 for each of them,
So
and
3.
then 2 on the boss.
3 total manacles or 5?
5 total manacles. 3
Okay.
that are currently on girls, and then 2 that are on the belt of the dead boss.
I would like to harvest all 5.
They appreciate it. You have 5 manacles.
I'm gonna start pulling like the bodies of the people we killed just to like the side of the.
Sure. You can take of all the
Just
miscellaneous
put them.
rations and bags and armor. That
Is there
you
only
have.
one key?
There's a key to the cage. There's a key for the manacles. They're all key-like.
Yep.
Um,
You got a DC?
and then there's another key on his ring, which is like a black, almost like a stone ring. It seems like it's not made of metal. but it's pretty intricate.
I'll keep that as well.
Yeah, they're all on the key ring together. So if you want to take that, you can.
Yep.
What was your question?
DC for the manacle lock.
DC for the manacle
key.
lock.
I know,
without
but yeah, exactly.
It's a 15 for the manacle.
Cool. Just so I know in the future.
Yeah, because you'll use them, I would assume.
Right.
Like it's not like a perfect lock, but it's like
No, that's fine.
yeah, it's like good enough that these girls that were caged couldn't get out, especially with 6 guards and a boss. Coolio. I'm gonna scoot in on this. So we're gonna. You guys are like distracted Europe, which is pretty interesting, I think. You'll be moving through this like northern part if you were headed straight to Jerusalem, Eden, depending on like which direction. This, I believe, becomes the shortest. But there's
Unless
you
we
could
go
also
by
go
boat.
down below the Venenum Sea, which is the Mediterranean, but
Or we go through
there's
it.
stories of it being red and toxic. So not really boats there. It's not drinkable water. There's been
There's no boats.
not on the sea. It would
All right.
be
Jesus.
after whatever
Probably stepped away
happened
from water,
that
otherwise they'll-
caused the flash in the sky, according to the people that were along the coast at the time. But these are once again just kind of
Stories.
stories and rumors that have gotten to you at this point.
Personally, I'd like to go through Gibraltar and see how this Red Sea is mixing with the ocean.
So down through Spain.
Yeah.
This is open.
Kind of
time
ways
for
to go before I
discussion,
make that
chats.
decision.
I mean, not
Oh,
that
not
far.
really.
Yeah, well, I
We've
mean,
got-
at this
we've
point,
got a
it's actually
week.
probably a good idea to decide if you're like
Yeah,
you
we're,
have
like, out
2
of
days to
fork
get to
now.
town, and then from town, probably going to want to say if we're going further along the east, or if you want to go
East or
south,
south.
or like before you're like, all right, we're to the east, we're going through the mountains, and then like, actually, we're going to go through the mines. Like that's a backtrack that could occur, but
Let the ring bearer decide.
I must say, my original plan was to avoid most of the mountains and not go through the Caucasus to this Eden place and, take a boat. What my people do, very well. But if boats burn, the water is no longer water. I believe we are on plan B and C. Personally, I would like to see Gibraltar. I've heard many things and I've never seen before. Might as well be now.
I've heard it's a beautiful sight. Love to see it.
Alright, we
A
have
lot
two.
of monkeys for my taste.
Gibraltar?
what?
Yeah, it's a monkey
Monkey?
sanctuary.
Like nowadays?
Yeah, maybe in like 2020. Definitely not anywhere
I guess you
before
could
like
start one if you
1920.
want.
Yeah, I mean,
They
hey,
naturally have been
This is,
inhibiting
like,
there
is your
forever.
You do
all
you,
local
Cat. you do
Yeah.
you.
So, if there's a monkey sanctuary, is probably one of the most believable parts of what we got going on. Let's be real.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody had any other draws one way or another. I know, like, to the east is, of course, the mountains. Like, there's pretty heavy mountains through that whole area. It gets pretty cold, but there's also coastline. If you go south through Spain, it's a little bit more arid, and then you're going to be going along North Africa. Then coming up
Yep.
from the south if you go that way.
Right to the savannah. Or Sahara, sorry.
Makes
Yeah.
no difference to me. There we go.
Any draws? Any other ideas? Or
I'll go with the
I'm
group.
good with
That's
that.
it.
do you want to move through southern France down through Spain?
Yeah. Yeah, I would
Okay.
actually like to go to southern France, hit the coast, and ride along the coast.
Inner coast or outer coast?
Inner. South of France.
So like along
hit,
what used to
hit
be the
Barcelona.
Mediterranean Sea.
Yeah, hit Barcelona. Or Barcelona? No. What's that one?
Yes.
Okay.
So like
Close
you wanna
enough. Barcelona's not right on the coast, but it's close.
like this
Yeah,
almost?
Catalonia.
I think of it.
Hit Catalonia and go across the shore. So we hit you. Yep.
Like-
yep.
Okay, so that's like
Out
the loose plan
Curiosity.
for now.
How close is the Rock of Gibraltar to the Moroccan coast? Because I'm assuming it's not like real life.
It is like well, it's like the abstracted version. Like this is the map. So it's like a
Right.
train map.
Okay. So there's a way to cross it, is my point.
Yeah.
Because in real life, it's like miles.
It didn't used to be. It used to be connected.
Okay.
I think.
I
Maybe I'm
would
speaking
know.
out of my ass.
There could be a bridge. There could be some sort of way across. But like if you're going that way, you'd have to probably figure it out by the time you get there.
All I know is burning daylight.
We can say that you guys are like this cart that the girls were on. It's like a drag cart. So like if you want, you can keep some people in there, have people walk in, have people drag in, like whatever it is. You guys can keep heading to town. It'll be a night of sleep, and then the next day you should get there by nighttime. But you heard that it was pretty safe. There was food, there was people, so that was the next place that you were headed on your way to Eton. But if you guys are headed south,
I say we stop at the place that we were told to stop at.
Mhm.
And then we'll start on our path.
okay,
Delightful.
and we can even say like this was down here just for like easy
Yeah, whatever.
access. Yeah, so we'll be boop and then down. All right. Well, coolio. We can pick up next week. From here, we'll be
Okay.
picking up on the road or something. But yeah, I think that was. You got 3 more people. None of your NPCs died. None of you
Almost
technically died.
It's always good when no one dies.
Right.
I
Flying is good.
knew it.
Especially in
I
session 1.
I had a plan to like bolster one of them. And I was like, oh, love to do that. I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry. It's just like, oh, this is gonna end badly, isn't it? Oh no.
Well, see ya.
Ended better than I was expecting at the midpoint of the fight when there was 4 of them walking in. Good thing Avaris knocked
Yeah.
him down.
That's what I'm
That
here
was fucking
for.
good.
Oh, well. This one's not
Hey.
winnable.
Yeah, let's not fucking let's
Yeah.
yeah. Cool.
I'm here for
Um,
blood sports, but you know, we got a certain point.
All I know is, hey man, the guy came at me, tried to grab me. That's a threat.
Oh,
All right?
totally.
If he had just was like, yo, okay, we're cool.
I'm glad
No problem.
we weren't cut down by random crusaders who didn't ask what gods we worshipped.
Yeah, it seemed like they were just looking for people who were stealing girls. You made a good enough
Cool.
enough
I'll play dumb anytime you need
yeah.
me to.
it wasn't even dumb based on like, hey, you had people dead around you and people were running away from you, like they believed you.
Cool.
Yeah, cool beans. Does anybody have any thoughts, anything you want to see more of or less of, or
I want
liked
to
or
story.
didn't like or whatever, you know? If not, no worries.
Oh, you did 8 damage. Shit, I should probably rethink all of my life choices.
Yeah, wow, I am
Yeah.
almost dead. I narrely
2
escaped death.
arrows really
I'm a-
really hex it up.
Yeah.
I'm a mercenary soldier. I can do some fighting. Oh.
I mean, you
Mhm.
did
Oh!
some fighting. Honestly, I think it was just the grapple that kind of hacked it up for you.
Well, it might have been the fact that I didn't roll a double-digit number once that fight, besides an opponent's rollout. That would probably
Right.
be all part of it.
That
It
helps.
doesn't help. No.
What they just-
You shot 1 arrow, right?
Yeah, 1.
Go ahead and roll me a d20
Oh, true.
to see if it broke or not.
19.
19, it didn't break.
Baby.
Also
Shattered
on,
into 19 pieces.
on these
yeah,
guys, you found another 10.
Oh, bless up. Okay, I'm gonna
Second
put.
mode.
Are we all
Excellent.
using bows? Is anyone using a crossbow?
Yeah,
None
we-
of,
Darts.
none
should-
of these boys were using crossbows.
I
in
know, but
this one.
Party
Yeah.
wise, because we can just
No,
kind of pool arrows at that point.
Right.
yeah, I don't
Arrows,
think
rations.
any of
water,
us
I
have
would recommend.
crossbows.
Oh yeah, so then we can't really use
Cool.
bolts in that.
I decided against it.
That's fine. All right.
How many arrows did how many arrows did I have originally? I
Yeah,
had-
so going through the cross point between France and Spain, there's a mountain range which will probably be problematic. That we should definitely be highly prepared for like a long trek with no civilization.
Yeah,
But
you're gonna want
once
to make sure you have a good amount of resources.
once we get to Catalonia, and as long as we stay along the coast, it's pretty easy game all the way up to Gibraltar. And then we just got to figure out how to cross the strait. But
I'm
it's
emphasizing quotation marks around easy.
to be fair, it's a much easier hop than Istanbul.
Yeah.
Is Istanbul right on the border? Or am I thinking of a different city? Alright, Google Maps,
No,
help me out.
Istanbul is way away.
Yeah.
Istanbul's to the east, man.
What
That's
am I-
Constantinople.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. The other important one.
Oh, those are both the same thing.
Yeah.
They're both to the east.
Just I've had such.
No, it's Istanbul.
I didn't like when I was in.
How dare you?
What?
It's Istanbul. Istanbul's right on the border between Europe and Asia.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you meant it was near the Strait of Gibraltar. And I was like,
No.
Sorry,
Is-
I thought
wait,
you were
is it
referring to a different
called-
place on the map.
Istanbul
literally
now, isn't it? Constant.
It
what
was
Time what time period is?
previously it was
It was-
Constantinople. It is currently Istanbul.
It's literally a song
I
about
don't-
this. It's
I know there's
it's
a song
both.
about it. I'm just trying to remember when.
Yeah.
At this point, I
Gosh.
have no clue what it is.
You guys. are
Actually, it
making
might
me
be
reminisce
easier to
on my
go
last
through
time I was
Istanbul,
at
but-
Gibraltar.
I'm gonna assume we don't want to go through the Alps and through all of the Caucasus, and then like try and
Well,
traverse
the way the
through
map
Greece.
is drawn, it looks like we would skip the Alps.
Yeah, but the map, it's very rudimentary. It doesn't mean that's how it
Yeah,
actually is.
But here's another question too. What are the chances that somebody has developed some kind of boat that can at least ferry across? My geography is garbage.
Well, no.
Um,
Hey, here's my thing. Like, the way that Evan told our knowledge about it is that no boat can stay on the sea because over time it burns through it. Strait is not a long sail.
No,
You can probably just
No.
use a boat.
Right.
either
a boat
straight.
will probably
true.
be fine.
From the
And
rock
it's
of
also
Gibraltar,
probably
you can see
common view.
Morocco.
It's also been like a couple of years, so like they've probably been working on ways to deal with it to possibly make it more
And
reasonable to get across. at
The
this
water
point, you
level
know?
may be up, it may be down. We don't know.
Right.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I just dropped like the quote-unquote route and a updated kind of route map in
Yeah.
the visuals.
But yeah, from Gibraltar to Tripoli is a pretty easy, not super hostile trip. Going through Libya will be just classic Arabian trek all the way up to like Alexandria. But I'm here for that.
Okay, but I'm
Unless
just,
it's a luscious
like my concern
tropical
is
jungle now, but who knows?
it's a short distance between Gibraltar and whatever we're calling it, Morocco.
Yeah.
But that's also like the most tumultuous water.
Who
Because
knows? Who knows?
We don't know. We'll see when we get there.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. That's like months of travel away.
Oh, yeah, that's time.
Gosh, I
Uh,
feel
it-
like honestly, this whole journey is making me think of the Ramsey scallop. Did anyone have to read that in school?
No.
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 Oh, maybe because I went to a Catholic school. Ramsey Scout. They made a journey. Where did they start from? I think they were Dutch. And then they had to go all the way to Jerusalem to the Promised Land for some like religious thing. I'm actually staring at the book on my bookshelf right now. Yeah, there was like a married couple, or they're not married yet. No, I think they're married. They just got married and they're doing a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Very
Okay.
religious.
Did anyone need armor in our group, by the way?
Yes,
We have leather armor if you're not wearing any.
we had what? Two? I thought none of us had armor.
Two
That was my
sets.
understanding. And nobody-
In our starter packages, you probably got armor.
Yeah.
in that case, I probably wouldn't have taken hits because I remember. Maybe I missed some part of the conversation, but I remember hearing
I think you start with studded, to be fair.
I'll check. Give me a sec.
the ranger does start with armor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a, I believe it's chain. Hold on, I'll pull it up again.
No.
I remember just
There's no way it's
explicitly Evan was
chainmail.
saying no armor. As a
Scale mail
No,
or
it was
leather?
like-
Scale or leather? Scale's
would
pretty
have been
good.
probably less. Because I
But
remember
you get-
Evan saying no armor. That's
I
the
might
only
have
reason.
made
Monday.
an addendum to
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
then realizing the starting gold and starting class stuff. So
I'm gonna outfit my family in these leather armors if no one
we also
else
have like
wants them.
NPCs. Like it's probably not a bad
I've
idea
already
to
got
beef
some.
them up a little bit if you already have
So in that
armor.
case, I'm gonna take
Mate,
cat scale armor.
Mate, you might want to take the leather armor. Scale armor will give you disadvantage on stealth, and knowing your character
Just learned that.
might not be the best.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
you know,
you choose,
like,
but
I'm looking
in-
at both of
important
them.
thing-
Because again, my guy, do I want to go the merc route? Am I going more of the mercenary? Am I going more of the ranger? I'm still figuring out because my guess was like I'll find some armor at some point. I definitely missed the addendum. That's on me. But I was like, you know,
That's alright.
I probably get leather just to go with like the you know, the RP part.
Hey, did we
Oh, that's
level
not
up?
bad. Scale mail is
Yeah,
forced-
but by the time you
yeah,
get to
leather.
town, you'll have leveled up.
Hooray!
Like once you get like the
Okay, in
rest
that
in
case-
town is when you'll get the benefits. But
Cool.
yeah, we'll pick up in town with the level up.
Are we resting a week in the town?
That is up to you guys. We can
I
deal
think
with some of those things in between session.
Oh, but to get this out of here already. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we should.
They've been gone for a bit.
We should
They I
probably.
think do need at least the week in town to heal,
Yeah.
unless you have like extra stuff, because they did take the level of exhaustion.
I'll
but it'd
also spend
give
that
you-
time crafting things if we find stuff.
So there's not a ton to like craft with unless you have like
Oh,
resources already. Like you
I
can
can
go
make shit
hunting,
out of
you
dirt.
can buy stuff.
No
Like
problem.
what kind of stuff are you trying to craft?
ceramics are real easy to make.
Okay, so you're like making like
I don't know. I'll
Kitchenware?
figure it out once we get there. Maybe.
Okay.
Ceramic plate armor. Let's go.
Evan, I have a question. For my herbalism kit, there was a whole thing I was reading about, like the potency slowly going away after 24 hours. Does that mean I need to make new potions every single day? Do I have time for that?
Yeah, whatever potion you make, you have to use it that day.
So you
Or
can
in a
march
day.
for you can march for 8 hours a day without taking level exhaustion. You have to sleep for 8 hours a day before you take level exhaustion. And then you have to, or then that leaves like 8 hours of like, just doing stuff, hunting, gathering, making, stuff like that. Stuff that's not marching for 8 hours straight.
Right.
Also, marking off, everybody's going to mark off 2 rations on the way to town. And then we have to take into account the
We'll
8
mark off 6.
10 NPCs, I should say, because there's the 5 that you had, plus the 3 girls, plus the 2 family members.
Yep.
And then,
How many rations was it each?
I got my family. I've got 2 more days for my family as well.
How many
and
people
my
other
family.
than your
Rations
family are
supposed to
there
eat?
again?
Me,
So-
my wife, and my daughter.
And like other NPCs? Cool.
The 5 that Cat saved, and then the 3
Right.
that you just saved.
So 8
So-
total.
NPC,
8
yeah,
plus 2 in my
NPC -wise
family.
is going to be
Yeah.
10 NPCs, so that's going to be a bit
20
of,
rations.
of rations.
I mean, we could spend
Yeah.
time hunting as well.
Right. Like
Yeah.
you have
I do get bonuses in
2
Woodland.
days
we
worth
should
of
hunt while
hunting
we're in town.
rolls if you want.
Could that be
'cause
like
hunting and
light
foraging.
activity while we're resting in town? Like,
Are you
Hunt
guys?
for
Do you guys
food.
have enough rations to make it to town with all these people now?
No,
I think.
absolutely not.
No.
No way.
What are we in Woodland? Because I get like bonuses to foraging and hunting in Woodland.
Yeah,
That's
we
my
are
favorite
in
terrain.
Woodland.
Evan, you should.
so
you
I
should
can forage
look.
double the amounts.
There's no real rules in 5e, and granted, any D&D edition other than maybe first edition because they used a whole different supplement on survivalism.
Right. I have mechanics in mind
Okay.
for this. So like you have to eat and drink clean water each day.
Yep.
Like I said, you can only march so long.
How
You
long?
have to sleep for so long.
How long do we need to spend per section, like per skill check to find water? How many of us need to go out to find a certain amount of water / food? Hunting and foraging. What are the amounts
of
of food
you-
you get from hunting or foraging?
And that's the stuff that you're gonna have 2 days worth of checks to be able to go out and do these hunts and searches for water.
Do you want to just do that now?
Depending on how many people do. I mean, we can, but it's also 11, and I'm very exhausted.
Oh,
so
fair.
if we could kind of do
enough.
some of this stuff,
Fair enough.
possibly tomorrow,
you're-
possibly
Sounds
in
good.
between.
All good. All good.
Since it's like downtimey kind of, that's going to be the best time to do the math tracking.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Cool, cool,
Good,
cool.
everybody.
Cool.
All right, GG's. Thank you all
See you
for adjusting last minute to today.
Appreciate you playing.
Big
Yeah, fun.
appreciate. Glad it all worked
Glad
out.
everybody came through.
Yeah.
All right.
Take it
You
easy.
guys
Awesome.
have like a quick moment before you all log off because I know you do it very all quickly.
Yes. What's up?
Beautiful. I have an announcement and I waited this whole time and I've told some of you, but it's fine. Officially today, I learned I'm getting a puppy.
Nice.
That's
So in
Oh,
the
yeah.
other D&D group, in the off subjects thing, there's pictures. He's cute. I need help with names, and you guys are all very creative people. So message them to me in whatever way. would
Name
be
it
wonderful.
Goobus.
Okay, maybe everyone
Booger.
but Evan.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is there like
Booger.
is there a
Not-
specific type of name you're looking for?
A lot of the ideas that I've had have a lot of
Bingus.
like references, so literary, film,
Doggy McDog.
sci-fi.
Oleander.
Bork.
Oleander. Oh, Olympus.
I'm
Hera.
possibly going for a magical
Franklin.
theme,
Okay.
and
Alfred.
just don't listen to
Harry.
Evan or Martin.
That's magical.
Hagrid.
Gibraltar.
Yeah, there we go. Hagrid.
Theonor. If you want to go Lord of the
Um,
Rings style, you can go elven name Theonor. Fingolfin.
Why don't you look at the picture of the cute little golden retriever and then
I
think
saw
about
the
it, alright?
picture. very
Fingolfin
good.
is an
Let me check, let me
amazing
check.
name for that dog.
Booger.
Fingolfin would be amazing. Fulgrim? Ferris Manus.
What?
All right,
Um,
so
Also,
Pippin.
I have a
Frodo.
question for those Minecraft players. Can we go
It's
back
been
to
a minute.
playing?
No.
And
I have no
I don't
fucking
know.
time. I'm so sorry.
Ah,
I
Okay,
I can
then
get
I
the
need to-
server up, but
Currently.
that's about all I can contribute.
Got
That
a
would
lot
be
of work going on currently.
Yeah.
amazing. Because I have a lot of questions, but a friend of mine and I would like to play, but I don't know how to do a server, and I have questions. If we could play on a server we're already playing on, and if
Yeah.
you guys want to play, there's a lot of questions. Anyway,
Um,
thank you.
you should play on Feed the Beasts, and I'll just launch the server. Just let me know like when you need it up, and I'll launch it like before I go to work or something. It'll be up.
Okay,
bye.
All right.
all right.
See ya.
Thanks, everyone.
Later.
Games,
Easy.
guys.
Bye.